64. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Money's coming to me.
There's going to be a reckoning along the line here as to whether or not we're going to continue to see oil prices continue to go up in ways that are going up now relative to what impact that's going to have on the producers. And so it's going to be hard. I think that's the place where most middle-class people, working-class people get hit the most. We're going to continue to work on trying to increase oil supplies that are available.
Oh, my God. When I heard him say that yesterday, I said, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He's just reading off the prompter. It doesn't register with him. The reason we got the problem, the reason he's running around and he's going to Saudi Arabia and Canada and begging for oil for us, because he screwed it up. We were oil independent. It took from the 1970s to 2017 to become oil independent. Everybody talked about it. I know. I was in the oil business. I remember my gasoline stations when we had to move gasoline prices up in the 70s. It was brutal. But everybody talked about it. We're going to be oil independent. That was in the 70s. But it wasn't until 2017. 2018, we became oil independent. But then everybody wanted to throw that guy out because they didn't like the way he tweeted. No, we don't like him. No, we're oil independent. No, he tweets too much. Let's bring Joey in, and then Joey, he can reverse all that so we're not oil independent anymore. Because we don't like this guy, Trump. I don't like how he tweets. Are you kidding me? Are you nuts? And he's sitting there telling us this? He caused this. He caused oil prices to be where they are today. Doesn't he remember? He shut down the pipeline. The Horizon pipeline. Shut it down. Are you kidding? What's wrong with this guy? He hasn't got it all together. This is crazy. Hey, today, I got to tell you, though. Now, you've heard me say over and over and over for a long time, I know Bitcoin, nothing wrong with it, Bitcoin. And you asked any of my members, I told them, just like back in 2015, gold, nobody wanted gold, gold's no good. I said, relax. Gold's going to be just fine. Be patient. Here, matter of fact, I said right here, we got, my producer found a cut. I keep telling you about gold. Just be patient. Okay, every time we've been patient with gold, we've always done well. And so just, I know everybody's down on gold, but I'm going to tell you something. Never mind the, Bitcoin. When these yields get roaring, when these yields start going higher, okay, and interest keeps going up, you'll see what happens with gold. Everybody be going for gold. That's right. And 'cause I've experienced this. I've been in this business for 50 years, on this earth for 75 years. I've been through this. When interest rates start climbing, people panic and they run for gold. They don't run for Bitcoin. They run for gold. And what I said to everybody, to my members, for the last year and a half, I said, look, keep your eye on gold. It's been beaten to death. It's been beaten to death. You know, you make your money when you on the buy. I don't care if it's a car, piece of furniture. You know, my father always told me, right before they're closed, you get any kind of deal you want because they want to get out of the store. It's the same thing. It's on the buy. That's when you make money. That's when you make money. And gold has been getting clobbered. So yesterday, what happened? So yesterday, all of a sudden, the yields take off. Boom! They hit 190 basis points. What happened? People panicked and gold soared. Gold soared. Not just the gold itself, GOLD, okay, but our mining stocks, GDX, took off big time. AU, that's another gold. Anglo Gold, that's another, went up big time. And these things were dropping. They were in the middle of dropping, and they turned around so fast because yesterday we hit that 190 basis points, the 10-year yield. So always remember, gold is associated with interest rates, or gold is associated with yields. That's how you should look at it. Gold is always associated with yield. The higher yields go, boom, people buy gold. They buy gold. So we got a lot of opportunity in gold because inflation is going to get worse and worse and worse, okay? When inflation subsides, we will be in the biggest depression ever, because here's how it works. When you keep building up and building up all this inflation, and you go from inflation to deflation, what happens is, and I've told you this before, you reach a point when things are so expensive. And remember yesterday or the day before, they had this genius from the Federal Reserve come on and explain to us, oh, what a dope she was. She came on and explained, well, the reason why inflation's up because of COVID. No, that's not why inflation's up because of COVID. Yes, COVID was the trigger, but it wasn't the reason. But anyways, inflation, when it gets to a point that people can no longer afford, because remember, wages aren't going up. Wages aren't going up faster than inflation. So when they get to a point they can't afford anymore, they start cutting back. Now, we see that with gasoline right now, right? Because our gasoline supplies are increasing. Our crude oil prices, our crude oil inventories are increasing. People, oh, that's good. No, that's bad. Because that means people are hurting so bad now they're cutting back. In spite of what the jibber jabbers tell us, they tell us that everybody has so much money in their savings, nobody has to work anymore. What a lie that is. So you get to a point, people stop spending. The stores turn around and start cutting prices. And it's never worked. And then when they keep cutting prices, it doesn't work, they start cutting. What's the highest expense of the business? Labor. They cut labor. And it's always been this way. When all of a sudden your neighbor is out of work and you get up in the morning and you drive off to work and there's Joe out by the mail. Hey, Joe, don't you always go to work at 6 in the morning? Yeah, I got laid off. Panic sets in with the neighbor. He stops spending. Then when he gets laid off, the other guy stops paying, and you go into deflation. So when we're going from inflation, where we should be celebrating deflation, put your helmet on and buckle up, because we're going to go into such a crash. And we're heading there. We're heading there. You know, yesterday I was listening to Biden, and I'm not a financial show, and I don't try to get into finance, into politics rather. I'm not a political show. I don't, I got my gang members all over the world, all over the country. Some are independent, some are Republicans, some are Democrats. I don't want to get into all that. But boy, I got to tell you something. What I heard yesterday really was upsetting. When he turned around and he was telling us how inflation was 7%, I got so angry, because he's the one that rigged the inflation number as a senator in 1970, not to give us the real number. I'll explain when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the .com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
At 5 after 10 this morning, I think it was about 5 after 10, is that right? At 10 o'clock, my producer told me, I said to my members, the market was up over 400 points. And I said, this market is going to turn negative. I said, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this market is going to turn negative. And it's turned negative, okay? We have the NASDAQ right now is negative, 21 points. And the Dow from over 400 points is only up 21 points. So we're getting close for all three indices to be negative. How did I know that? Well, because what happened, if you listen to these jibber jabbers this morning, they're firing everybody up. Buy into pullback, buy into dip, buy into pullback. And all you have to do, the biggest mistake you make is looking at the bug on your TV. When you look at the Dow on your TV to the right hand, if you're watching, say, Fox Business, and it says the market's up 430 points, right? People get excited. I better buy, I better buy. Or if the market's down 430, I better sell, I better sell. No. Forget that. It's over. It's behind you. Don't even look at that number. It means nothing. Now, here's what means something. When you see like yesterday, when the market was down 500 points, I said to my members, follow me into the Dow 30 stocks, and we'll go through them together. And let's see what's taking down the Dow 30. So there was 4 stocks out of the 30. 3 were bank stocks. They're going down big. So you had Home Depot, which was 4. So there was 4 stocks, 3 banks and Home Depot. 4 stocks taking the whole market down 500 points. That's drastic. So this morning, when the market was up 400 points, which is now only up 9 points, I said, let me give you the cut. Here's what I said to him. Right here. So, and this also tells you this is a very weak rally. There's no really leadership to it, and that this market could turn negative today. Okay, so I showed them on the Dow. I said, look at this. The market's down 400. Market's up 400 points, but let's go through and see what's driving it. There wasn't one stock driving it. Not one stock driving it. It means it's a weak market. Not one stock. Everybody was up just a little bit. They call it inside trading, and I don't mean cheating. Inside trading. If you take a candlestick on your chart, yesterday's candlestick, and all the candlesticks today are trading inside that high and low. For example, let's say the candlestick was at the high was at $20, and let's say the low was $18, and the stock today can't break out of the high and can't break out of the low. That's called inside trading. And when there's nothing breaking out, and you just have these little moves with each side, it tells you the market it's not sustainable. It'll probably go negative, okay? Exactly what happened. We are now negative the Dow and negative the NASDAQ. We're only 1 point away from the spiders being negative. So it's not that I'm a genius. It's just I've been doing this for so many years. You do something for 51 years. If you're bad at it, you get really good at it, right? So, but the market's never changed. It's never changed since 100 years ago. Okay, the problem with the market, it's emotional. People buy and sell stocks on emotion. They see a market go up, get me in. Okay, all of a sudden they're in, and the stock pulls back just a hair, just a little bit. Get me out, I'm getting killed. Get me out, I'm getting killed. It's all emotion. You got to get that emotion behind you. And the only way you can get the emotion behind you and focus on what's going on, which is one thing, money, trend. If money's going in, good trend, stock's going up. If the money's coming out of that stock, good trend coming out, it's going down. You got to get rid of the emotion. You got to get rid of that emotion. And how you do that? You got to have the right charting. And I'll say this. My chart, which is a patent chart, nobody else has it. It's a color-coded technology chart. What it does, it follows the money flow. Just like when we got back from the Christmas vacation and we saw the banks going up. And I said, what's going on with this? I said, well, this is bad. This isn't going to work. Banks aren't going to work. Because as the banks were going up, I could see what he did. And we were on vacation. And on December 20th, Powell turns around and says, oh, we better switch out of the tech stocks. Let's get out of the tech stocks and get into the bank stocks. Why? Because the big tech stocks, the economy wasn't absorbing them anymore. What do I mean? They weren't absorbing the inflation they create, because the only way a tech stock goes up, you got to print and keep buying treasuries. That's tremendous inflation. To get those rates down to zero, you got to get those yields down, because stocks don't go up anymore on profits or earnings. They only go up on yields. If yields are down, the big tech stocks go up. If the yields are up, the banks go up. It's pretty easy, but we gotten to the point there's so much inflation, it's so bad right now, the inflation, that the economy won't accept the bank stocks with high yields, which they love, and they won't accept the tech stocks with all this inflation they won't accept either the tech stocks, I'm trying to say, or the bank stocks. They won't accept the high interest rates from the bank stocks, which the banks enjoy, and they won't accept the tech stocks, which they love low yields. They won't accept either one now, and it's in trouble. So here we go. Dow's down now, 31 points. All right, so I want to get some stuff done here. So again, the key is that if you just follow the money in the market, not the crap, not the BS, not these guys, these jibber jabbers. If you just follow the money and understand a little bit about yields, you don't care, okay, about earnings. We're in earnings season. Who cares? I showed you a dozen times. 2020, the market went up, 30%? Earnings were negative 31%. And then and I may have these reversed. 2021, same thing. Earnings were negative, and the market was up like 28%. So in other words, 2020, market's up big, but no earnings. They're negative. I thought you had to have earnings to move the stock up. No, you just have to have a bunch of BS to move a stock up. And we get enough of that from these jibber jabbers on these financial shows. Look, the biggest thing is that with what's going on right now in this market, if you do not know how to sell short, and I'm not telling you come to our classes and study, no. What I'm telling you to do is just join us for 10 days, and just a simple chart will help you. I'll explain when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
So, and this also tells you this is a very weak rally. There's no really leadership to it, and that this market could turn negative today. Okay? So that's what I said to my members at about 5 after 10, and now we're negative. Now, and the reason we knew that is because I went through a process where I showed in the Dow 30 stocks, we went through them all and showed there was no leadership, that every stock was up just a little bit. And we don't have leadership, it's going to fall apart. It's not sustainable. I also told them, and I've been telling them for weeks and weeks and weeks, to be patient with gold. Okay, gold. I told them we made a lot of money in gold on December, actually it was 2015. I keep telling you about gold. Just be patient, okay? Every time we've been patient with gold, we've always done well. And so just, I know everybody's down on gold, but I'm going to tell you something. Never mind the, Bitcoin. When these yields get roaring, when these yields start going higher, okay, and interest keeps going up, you'll see what happens with gold. Everybody be going for gold. And exactly what happened. And then if you go back, what I was talking about, in 2016, gold really fired up and went up big time. Same reason as what's going on now. When yields start going up, when interest rates go up, yields go up, everybody wants to leverage them, protect themselves from high interest rates, from high yields, and they run to gold. And that's why you had a big move in gold. So keep your eye on gold. In other words, why don't you just join my gang for 10 days, okay? And just go to the Working Investor Group. Go to philsgang.com, click on Working Investor Group, because that's the group that Steve, every day, okay, he's head of our education department. People love this because they don't have to go to class or anything else with this. He takes my personal portfolio and he takes his portfolio, called Working Investor Group, and every day he goes through each stock, tells you exactly what to do, when to buy it, when to add to your position or not add, to take profits. Okay, it's now time to get out. Okay, or let's turn around now and sell it short. So you don't have to go to class to understand all that if you just don't have time or you just don't want to go learn something, okay? Because I get it. People have been in school their whole life. They're sick of it. So and that's how I came up with this program, because people would always say to me at the supermarket, okay, or at the car wash on the weekend, they say, Phil, I love your show. I love it, but I just don't want to sit there in a class environment. I'm sick of learning, okay? I just don't want to do that. And I say, well, you don't have to. You don't have to. Steve will tell you every day. You got to look at you see our personal portfolios, and you just follow what he tells you to do. Pick one or two of the stuff. It's so easy, and it works. But the most important thing is you're going to learn how to sell a stock short. Once you learn how to sell a stock short, nothing better than a good night's sleep. Nothing better. Can you imagine the people today who ran after the market because it was up 400? That's the big problem. Everybody sees the bug on TV. It's up 400. It's up 400. I got to get in. And now they're losing money. If they were with us, they would have known this morning at 5 after 10 that I told them there's a high probability we're going to go from 400 positive to negative 137. I didn't use those numbers. I just said it's possible we're going to go we're going to turn around and go down. Anyways, I want to get on to it. I don't want to waste any more time on that. Look, join a gang free for 10 days, and then just don't use any real money. Just follow what Steve tells you to do on each one of the stocks in my portfolio or his portfolio, and it's fun. And then you're going to really learn how to sell short. And you're going to know exactly what that means and what a difference. All right, I want to get back to what President. I couldn't stand what he was saying. He was yesterday. I'm not a political show. Okay, I don't like to be a political show. I don't want to offend my Democrats. I don't want to offend my Republicans. I don't want to offend my independents. But I got to say something about this. Okay, I never heard such big lies yesterday. The biggest lie is he's telling us about oil. He created the oil problem. But here's what people don't know about this guy. Do you know that CPI report we get, the 7%, that is a bold-faced lie. The CPI report, inflation, is double that. It was he, as a new senator in the 70s, and then 2 years or 3 years later, Dodd came in, that crook. And both of them decided, you know what, we are giving too much money to people that have Social Security, and we got to keep adjusting the inflation, their cost of living. We can use that money for pork to bring back to our home state so we get reelected. We got to screw these people. This was Biden's idea, to cut back on their Social Security. Don't give them the cost of living increase, or give them half of it. So here's what they did. So they took housing, and when he got into office, remember, back in the late 70s, housing was going up. It was really going up. Inflation big time. And so he wanted to change the metric system because, again, they had to, with the housing prices increasing 23%. I don't know what it was. I just used that number, 23%. And the BLS would use that full 23% when you're figuring in the inflation for CPI. They used the whole 23%. Social Security folks would get a big check because, remember, they have a cost of living increase. They get that. So he's upset because he can't pull enough pork out. So he said, here's what we'll do. We're going to work it so the BLS, what they're going to do is they're only going to take of that 23%. Now, again, I'm just making that number up for the sake of this argument here. And so let's say it was up 23%. So he says, what we'll do is we'll do a metric system so we only get credited 2% of that 23% would be part of the CPI. So here's a better example. In April, remember, of 2020, when housing, we had a record rally in housing, like they went up 20% in 3-4 weeks, right? Well, guess what? That 20% was never recorded in our inflation. It's not in that 7%, only 2%. They changed the metric, so they only use 2%. Can you imagine? And the reason why he did this, because he wanted to bring more pork home. And so the people in Social Security are getting screwed. If you go back to the 70s and readjust the inflation, you should be getting twice the amount you're getting out in your Social Security. Think about that. So the next time you look at Biden, I'm sorry, and I'm going to get a lot of people angry, this guy can't tell the truth. Can't tell the truth. So they manipulated the metric system with the BLS. And here's the worst thing what they did. They turned around and they rigged it so that the biggest weight of the CPI number would always be housing. It's 25% of the CPI. It's 25% of that 7% inflation. 25%. Where the closest to it, I think, is something else, the other sector, 6%. They always want to make sure it's the biggest sector because they can manipulate the most. So that's what they're doing. And inflation is so dangerous. Here's another thing that's going on. Did you know that Bernie Sanders and Maxine Waters, AOC and her crew, and Pocahontas, here's what they're doing. I noticed this in my own town. There's people who are so bad. I know this. I go to a restaurant all the time, and this waitress, my wife and I went in the other day, and her rent in 1 month went up $500. This is going all through Sarasota, and it's going all through the country, where these greedy landlords are just raising these prices every month. So they're talking about now, they want to bring up legislation that there will be a board, okay, a board. And I'll explain that board when I come back. But before I come back, sign up for my gang, free for 10 days. Learn how to make money when the market's going down. Nothing better than a good night's sleep.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Pick your words, say them again.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, gold. Gold is starting to go back up. And I like gold miners. And I like AU. And so AU is up, I think it's about 15%. GDX about 12%. But look, you don't get in and chase these. All right? You don't get in and chase these. In fact, we had a scout on I think it was AU to short, and then yesterday when that thing hit, when the yields went up to 190, bang, it took off. And you know what a scout is? A scout is like putting in a bookmark. You just buy one share, and so this way here you pay attention to it. You make sure you keep following it. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you never go back. Then you go back about a week later and go, oh my God, it's up 20%. What happened? So these are the things you learn here. So we were protected because I thought gold was going to go down even further. I saw inflation going up, and I see it getting worse and worse. And I kept my gang telling them, look, one day you're going to see this gold take off. And we were right. Okay, I was right. But just knowing to have a scout on instead of having 400 or 500 shares, we lived for another day. We play defense here. You know, we've always said around here, everybody who works with me, the whole team, we always say, you know, if our gang members just don't lose money, they'll stay with us forever. And they do. They just don't want to lose money. And that's what we focus on first and foremost. They don't lose money. And that's the hardest thing, because people do crazy things because they listen to these people on TV. They listen to them. It's all emotional. Crazy. So if you just join for 10 days, cost you nothing, and you'll see it works. And especially for those people who are busy or just don't want to learn or go to class or see a video, just do the Working Investor. We posted at 2 o'clock. You know exactly what to do with each stock. Okay, I want to finish out something else here too. So we're seeing, so gold, again, don't chase gold and don't do it on your own. Why don't you join for the next 10 days while I go over gold? It's free, for heaven's sakes, for 10 days. All right. The thing, too, that's crazy is this rental. Maxine Waters, Sanders, AOC, Pocahontas, and a bunch of other Marxists, they want to turn around and take over, have the authority to be able to take your property from you. So if you're a landlord, they just arbitrarily, I want $500 more. And then 2 weeks later, I want another $500. They want to pass legislation. They can bring you before their government board, and then they ascertain if you should have the right to own that property. And then the government will take it over and will then lease to these folks, right? Isn't that insane? But you know what? You know what? People gotten so greedy. The progressives, they see a window of opportunity. You know, the progressive, right? Liberal. They stand for social justice and equality. I get that. And only big government can do that. Only big government can give you social justice and equality, because they control the financial system. They can control energy. They can control rent. We can control everything. We got to control the banks, everything. And then people will have social justice. But think about what they've done. For 14 years, they've screwed Main Street and made the 1% wealthy as hell. I mean, it's a reverse income inequality. They took it from Main Street and brought it up to the wealthy. This is all because of them, their fault. They deserve this. So they feel right now that they can replace a monetary policy of business investment, get rid of that, and get rid of productivity. And that's what they did. That's why tech stocks go up. Tech stocks don't go up because of productivity. It goes up because they spent $121 trillion buying treasuries to make sure yields are low, so those stocks go up. They don't care about earnings. Most of those stocks don't even make earnings. But my point is, the greed has opened a window of opportunity for the progressive. They want to replace the monetary policy, which they have done for 14 years. They want to replace that business investment. They want to replace no more productivity. We'll just send you checks. Don't worry about it. This print and spend they've been doing for 14 years, they want to expand that. That's the welfare state. So how do we make money in the stock market? Oh, we can make a lot of money in the stock market with this when they do stuff like this. Are you kidding me? You'll see gold go even higher. Gold go even higher. One last thing, I only have a few minutes. I picked up from the president. Remember when he said this? He said yesterday, he said,
I didn't overpromise, but I have probably outperformed what anybody thought would happen. We have made enormous progress.
And then he went on, I don't know if I have the cut racked up, where he turned around and he said that he did more in 1 year. He did more in 1 year. I think this may be it.
Can you think of any other president's done as much in 1 year? Name one for me.
I'm asking you.
I'm serious.
Can you imagine? All right, Mr. President, if that is true, what you say, that you have done more in your first year than all the previous 45 presidents over the past 222 years, then why have you not shut down the border and confront the Mexican cartel leader? See, this is what I would have asked him if I was in there. Exactly what I have asked him. If all this is true, you're the leader, you're doing more than anybody else, why have you not shut down the border and confront these Mexican cartel leaders? Instead, you keep the border wide open to allow these drugs to come across, Mr. President. And one of the worst is, what do they call it? Fentanyl. I keep mispronouncing it. It's the most profitable drug, Mr. President, for these Mexican drug cartel. The most dangerous drug ever produced is dangerous. Yet it comes across the border freely to our cities and our small towns, even though you know it's a killer drug. The number one cause of death among U.S. citizens, adults, ages 18 to 45. The number one cause. Yet, you won't lock down the border. Or are these drugs? And you say you've done more than any other president? Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to be respectful about it, Mr. President, but I got to ask you this question. Knowing your son's history, his involvement with drugs, one can only assume, for the same reason you won't confront the Chinese Communist cartel, because your son and your brother connection, you're partners with the Chinese party, the Chinese Communist Party, and your hedge fund. There can only be one explanation why you won't shut this border down and you let these drugs come across. It's the only one I can see. Just tell me if I'm wrong. If you won't confront the drug cartel leaders or shut down the border, then your son has to be involved with this. Am I right, Mr. President? Because you won't face the Chinese Communist Party on COVID, and you won't face the drug cartel from Mexico. And we all know your son was involved with the Chinese Communist Party, and your brother getting billions of dollars, millions of dollars to run their hedge fund, their partners. How do we know he's not partners with the drug cartel? Can you assure us that? And you're not getting 10% of it? That's what I would have asked him. And it's a fair question. But you know what? Let's put all that aside. I can't fix any of that. But here's what I can fix. The inflation is outrageous. This market is going to crash. There's no question about it. I've been right all along. Just like at 5 after 10 this morning, I said this market could turn negative today. I went over to stocks. I explained why, what the Dow was doing. And we went from 400 points up to now 327 points down. So let me reach out to you, okay? And everybody here at Phil's Gang. So when this market crashes this time, you're going to be prepared and you're going to be making money on the way down. You're going to be making money on the way down. You don't have to go to all kinds of classes and videos. Just join the Working Investor Group where every day Steve tells you exactly what to do with the stocks in our portfolio. Okay. I'll see you on the chart. Join my gang, 877-600-GANG. 877-600-GANG. Free for 10 days. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.